Look what just found episode 680. This is these are one of my favorite roles. I'm going to say that because these are one of my favorite penny wrappers. Okay. They're one of my favorite penny wrappers because there's some of them that I see the most of, right? The ones that look like this. And I found some bangers, man. I found some of these that have a tremendous amount of copper in them. And when I say tremendous, I mean, tremendous would be like 11 or more, right? A lot is 10. 10's a lot. Yeah, once you hit one more than 10, it's tremendous. Now, is this tremendous or are we a lot? Very easy. This one is super. All right. See, this is one of the reasons I like these penny. I'm telling you, I like those penny wrappers. I like those penny wrappers. Okay. Maybe copper, maybe zinc, but look how bright some of these are. Bright, 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 bright. You know those are copper, right? Where's my little pointer? Yeah, 100%, 1, 2, 3, 4 copper, right? Maybe if that's copper, that's a nice shiny copper right there. Oh, maybe this one too. No, I don't think so. So maybe, but anyway, we got 4 100% or 99% copper that they're not that they are copper. These I'm not sure about. Some of these are probably copper, I'm assuming. But what was going on, and where did these come from? These brand new pennies. That's probably copper there too. That might be copper. So it's like copper, super brand new. I mean, it almost looks like if they had separate places where they kept their pennies, and then decided at some point to mix them in. Almost like a coin roll hunter who maybe had copper in one, but they're not exactly mixed in 100% correctly. I don't know. So just so weird, so cool. Okay, today's topic. All right, I have to talk about it because I don't have to talk. I don't have. You don't have to do anything in life. You know what I mean? That's the Lord gave us. The Lord gave us. The Lord loves us so much that we are the only creatures in the universe. Well, I mean, besides maybe other aliens, I guess. Well, I don't know about other aliens. I never met one. So look at this. Look how beautiful this is. We're the only creatures in the world that we know in the universe. I will change that back to the universe that I know of, that anybody really knows of, unless you met a an alien. No white AM that has free will. We're the only ones. Everything else in the universe, as far as we know, has to follow the Lord's will. They don't have their own will. They cannot defy the Lord. We are the only things. He loves us so much that he said, you have to choose me. Now I'm getting a little bit off on the topic from what I wanted to talk about with the coin, with the pennies, but I was thinking about, but I once I said the words free choice, it makes me always think of that fact about, and here's copper penny number 2, about that, and I don't know, and I always find that to be amazing, right? Adam and Eve, freedom of choice. Adam chooses the apple. It's just so wild, There's a little line, that scratch that goes through the side of the T. Otherwise, if there was no scratch on that T, look at this T in Liberty. Again, I'm not trying to get all religious and philosophical right now. I'll get back on topic. I'm sorry. I'll get back on topic. All right. The coin's a little too beat up and it has too many other issues to for me to stick with. Okay, that's copper paint. We have copper paint number 2. I don't even know how I got onto that freedom of choice. I'd have to rewatch the video and see what the thought was. Maybe it'll come back to me. That's usually what happens. I'll start talking about something, and then I'll get off topic, and then I'll remember later on, like, oh yeah. Okay, so back to the penny wrapper. And my favorite, the person, 2010. The person put, they usually come out pretty good. I totally screwed myself up. Totally screwed myself up. Oh, well, it's going to be one of those videos. I almost need like a pen and paper next to me to jot down what the topic is so I can stay on topic. Now, so anyway, the thing that I really want to talk about, which I don't know if I'm even going to get to now, but 6 minutes in, no white AM, is that I was watching this. I watched these other episodes, and I watched these other channels where they coin roll hunt, right? Sometimes there's so many. There are a lot of other. There are so like if you really take, you could probably watch forever coin channels. Like if you're into coins, coin roll hunting, watching people fill. I mean, you could probably forever on YouTube watch. I mean, my channel alone. Oh, this is a nice shiny one. I'll put this to the side. It's got that little thing on the eyebrow. I don't know what that is. Right, just little 2001. Yeah, I'll put that to the side. I'm holding on to the memorials that are in nice shape now. That are shiny. 2023. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Light my fire. And you know, it's funny. And every once in a while, I'll bump into a coin channel that I never seen before, and they'll have like an interesting thumbnail, and I'll watch it, and and some of them have a lot of feedback. I'm like, wow. And most of them with a lot of feedback is because I'm late. I'm late to the train station. They've been doing it for. One of them's been doing it for. He's got 100 and who is it? I don't want to misspeak because I don't want to get confused between channels. But there's one. I believe he's been around for 15 years or something like that. And 1998, no white AM, and he's got like 115,000 subscribers. Obviously, very popular, and he does his videos in live, right? Which eventually I'm going to do that. I'm probably just going to. Well, the thing about live is, you really want to do it kind of the same time of the same time and same day. And really, I would like to do it every day. But that would mean one of two things. Either I'm going to do double work. I'm going to do the video, the non-live and the live, or I'm going to cut out the so less copper than I thought. Much less. See, those were all zincs, the one up on the top. But then on the bottom, there's those bunch of coppers. Just odd. Looking at those little lines right there. You see those lines? From this distance, they don't look like They do not look like scratches. They look like polishing marks, maker's marks, something like that. And no worry, I'm another nice looking memorial. That's two. So probably not going to. I don't know. I can't say what I'm going to do. It depends. Depends how my other home business is going and all of that. That's a nice 2023. If I collected 2023s, I'd hold on to that. That's BU condition. Maybe I'll just put it to the side in case we don't get enough copper, which it doesn't look like we can get enough copper for 10 short videos. And I guess the guy's been doing it for so long, and he's so popular, and with the lives and all that, he gets a lot of attention. That he sells 2023D, 2023D. Don't find that too often. I don't know. I hardly find any 2023Ds. I'm sure there's a lot of them out there, probably billions, but just saying. And you probably know who I'm talking about once I say this. He sells his own. No. He does not advertise them as his. People say, where do you get those penny rolls? Because he penny roll hunts these. All right. This is the part, and I hopefully I stay on topic. Let me check that real quick. Checking out the G and the FG for a flare G. That's why it was confusing me. It has like a little bit of a dented or something with the. I don't know, man. I can't tell. Let me clean it real quick. There's like a little. It's either a grease type strike on the reverse or something. Right there at where the FG is. And it gives like a double dye look to the G. I kid you not. Look at that. Let me put the light on. All right, so it has that little thing on the right of the FG, which again looks like, I don't know what that is. And there's a little bit of, look at that line. I just realized that too. That shape. I shouldn't say line. That shape. I don't know if it, very, very angular shape. Okay, back to the FG. And then on the bottom of the G, I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know. I'd have to put this to the side. This one would have to be looked at. Now the truth of the matter is, there's some whatever is going on next to the G, which is possibly or probably damage. It probably like just disqualifies the whole coin, because are you really going to be able to tell if that's a flare G or not? And this is the one. This is the flare G, the one with the damage on the G. You know what I mean? Forget about it. I'll put it to the side, just maybe as a talking point. Okay, take one. So the person sells coins, sells the rolls of coins that he is searching through on his channel. Because I'm watching him go through these. Now I've done a lot of coin roll hunting. Okay, and I'm not saying, I'm sure there are. How? This is the part. Okay, all of the penny rolls, the federal wrap penny rolls, right? The ones that look like with the white and red stripes. Okay, I'll show you. They look like this. Okay? He's opening up rolls that look like this. And inside them are all wheat cents. All right. Now, remember, I've been doing this solid for 2 years now, right? So every single day for 2 years. But I've been collecting coins and stuff like that and it's buying and selling for 15 years, right? So I'm familiar with coin rolls and all that stuff on eBay, and eBay's like the number one place for everything coin related. I'm not saying it's the best place. I'm saying it's the number one, that they have millions and millions and billions of items, right? Which I'm very familiar with. And I hate now, if you ever watch this guy's videos, I'm not going to say who it is, not right now, and I don't have the proof because I didn't like Rob Finds Treasures. I've been watching him for so long that I can speak about my experience watching him and what he does because I've been watching him so long, right? So I'm comfortable talking about Rob Finds Treasures. This guy I haven't watched that much, but there's something that just isn't sitting right with me. He's doing federal wrapped rolls that have all wheat cents in it, which I'm not saying they're not out there, but like in all the videos and all the people I never seen somebody on a daily basis be able to do federal wrapped. First, I just don't get it, right? But what I noticed was when I looked at his ender, his when I looked at the crimp roll, first of all, super white. That's the other thing. The rolls are super white. So if they're all wheat cents, you would think that they have to be from pre 1959, and they're all super white. And let me tell you, I don't know if there's anything in the world that can make such a precise crimp as that. And they don't look right to me, man. It looks like somebody got a million of these types of and he's got BU wheat cents in there. Yo, pretty it's like, and then people will say, where'd you get that? People, which whatever, who knows if they're legit or if they're plants, or you know what I mean, like people in the comments, that's BS. Click the link, and it's the only link he has in his whole description is for these penny rolls. Now I wouldn't be surprised if it's not on. I didn't ever clicked on it. It wouldn't surprise me if it's not on eBay, so there's no feedback, right? Like you go to this off thing website, you buy the rolls, and it's his rolls, and I this is what I think. I think he has like millions of wheat cents. I have jars of wheat cents that I've searched through, and then he puts them in wrappers. He has probably a really nice, serious crimp roll machine, but they don't look like this, man. There's something. What could make a perfect? They don't look perfect like this. The rolls, they look good, really good, but not perfect. And they're white, which is super weird, super odd. And he's advertising them hard, so they have to be his. Like, there's no way. The only thing this is our third copper paint. There's no way I'm gonna put only one thing in my all of my descriptions. His copper paint number 4, right, is gonna be this one thing that's for sale, and I'm not the one selling it. There's no way that's part. First of all, I never even seen. You know what? Let me. I'm gonna look on eBay for bank wrapped wheat cents. Okay, so it's only 150. But yeah, I'm gonna pause. So I do this every once in a while, and I'll do it live you know what I mean? Like in real time, I'll do my research with you. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I see somebody selling them for $5 a piece, now look at these. Now they don't look like this. They look like modern wrappers. They do not look like these enders. Oh, these are 1943 steels. Okay. This is what I'm saying, man. Nah, man. I was saying, never seen, never heard of anything like that before. Never heard. Oh, what's this? This is what I would expect them to look like. Something like that. I've never heard of that. I knew it. I knew. I was like, here goes. Here. They don't look like, they're not old like that. They're brand new, man. They look like, and if I'm talking, if you know who I'm talking about, maybe someone's gonna leave it. Oh, you're talking about him, and you're gonna leave it in the comments. Maybe if you're his buddy, you're gonna say, "Nah, those are legit." I never see. I'm looking for it right now on all of eBay. I just want to find one that looks brand new. Are they Loomis? They're not Loomis. Oh, these, it doesn't matter. These are modern. These are modern. They're not wheat cents, but this is what but they're not even Loomis. But those are also bank wrap. But keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Nothing. No. Okay. Let me pause real quick. Yeah, they're his, man. They're his. They're his penny rolls. They're his penny wrappers, and the penny rolls. But you know what? The person must be doing this for so long. He's got his routine down pat, man. It's almost like you have to respect the magician. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, you tricked me, you know? Of course. Now, one thing I have to say, I never heard him say that they weren't his, number one. I never heard him say that they were bank wrapped. I never heard him say that they were bank wrapped, purchased from some. All he says is, "Oh, if you want them, the link is below." That's all he says, right? So he's not lying about anything. So nine, they are. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go on a limb and say they are his. He does the wrapping and they're loaded, meaning that he plants, shot, and then he goes, "Oh my god!" And he goes, he'll do something like this. Look at this! Look at this! This is why I love these rolls. Look at this BU. You know what this sells for? This is a $2 penny, $3 penny. And it's like, what's my point behind all this? To beat up on the dude for making a buck, or for being kind of a little shady? No. Is that to be careful. Now remember, even me, I had to watch a few of his episodes. That's how good he is at the bait and switch and the sleight of hand. I had to watch a few of his episodes to be like, something's wrong here. I've never seen these rolls before, and he's doing them video after video after video after video. He's opening up the same roll, the same type of roll that I know you can't buy, that has all wheat cents in it. And in every video, for every 6 minute video, every minute, so like 6 times he advertises the only thing that's in the description, which is to buy that penny roll. So obviously that he that's part of his income is from these penny rolls, right? And again, the only reason I'm bringing it up, do you see it? I'm not going to say it yet. You see it. You say it if you see it. And I'm about to. Let me tell you, that's a pretty sharp eye, unless I'm wrong. I'll leave it. No, I don't want to leave it there because then I'll forget. Okay, so let me finish the thought about this guy's channel. Again, I'm not. Again, a little shady, kind of. It's his business. It's probably how he pays his rent. I'm pretty sure he has a big channel. Is that you have to be careful out there. That's all I'm saying with that. If you think you're going to buy his penny rolls and you're going to search it and have a true penny roll experience, well, I mean, if he tricks you, then maybe mentally you'll think you're having a true penny roll hunt experience, but you're not. Everything is planted. He searched through everything already. He put them into rolls. He crimp rolled the ends. He probably has they have some heavy duty machines that could probably do them really, really close. And there's going to be people who are going to leave comments below. Eric, I'm sure you know, and Eric is one of my longest time member. You'll probably leave a comment below, Eric, that you know of the machine. I could look it up right now. Obviously, it's probably a $200-300 machine. It might even be an electronic machine for all I know that does it just like the bank, so very close to it. And you have to be careful out there. That's all I'm saying, man. The best way to do penny roll hunting was to go to the bank and get customer wrap penny rolls. That's it. Or by buying Loomis rolls or by buying Federal wrap penny. That's it. But be careful with buying coins online or from people with businesses. People with businesses are out to make money. And when it comes to money, people make they make dishonest choices. And that might have been where I was going with this in the beginning of the video with the Lord. With the Lord gave us that we're the only creatures in the world that he gives he gives us free will, is that he gives us free will to make bad choices. And doing shady things is basically lying, you know. And let me tell you, there's a part I understand. I understand, you know, I have a desire to make more money and all that, you know. And the thing is, when technically you're not lying, air quotes, but you have such a vicious or such a, you know, flushed out scam that even for somebody who has been doing this for a while, you're catching them out there. Like it took me, I'm telling you, I had to watch a few videos. I'm like, that's not legit, man. There's no all wheat sent in white wrap. I mean, I've never seen that. We just checked right now. Again, somebody might say, no, there is a place where you can get them. Look, and you could, and I'll go check it out. And again, I'll make my own decision. But irregardless, you have to be careful out there. Okay, so what I'm looking at on this coin is, if you look at the scroll work here, right? Look how strong that line is. And then what happens here at the end? There's no line, and then there's like, the metal goes upward into the shield. And I know my eyeball picked that up right away. I haven't even looked at this under the loop yet. We're just looking at it together for the first time. And it's not damaged, right? Because it's not like smashed out or rubbed out. It is. And let's look at another shield scent. I have shield scent, we said, right? Yeah, let's look at another shield scent and see if that's how the last line looks in the bottom of the shield. Wow, looky here. Ain't that something? I've never noticed that. The last line in the shields don't have a strong. Is that all of them? I've never noticed that before. I have never ever noticed that before. Now I want to find another shield. Here's another shield scent. I've never noticed that before. And it's only on the top. It's not the bottom of the scroll. It's only the top of the scroll. I've never noticed that before. That the last column, yeah, the last or the first column does not have a clear and defined scroll line. I just never noticed that. All right, so let's back to this. So obviously it's just and I guess that is just a scratch. Look at that. All right, honest mistake. I've never noticed that before. Hopefully I can commit that to memory. It's a nice 2024. I don't think we found any 2025s. So we have a few zinc cents to look at later on. And here's that. Let me take off the light. Here's that other reference. Funny. So just be careful. If you're new out there, be careful. You know, Um, I don't know. Like to me, I would want to. I wouldn't have a problem with selling anything like that because they're pretty cool. You know, like if I made my own coin rolls, but man, to throw them into federal wrap looking wrappers, phew, I guess it's okay. And you know what it is? I guess a part of me is uh is disturbed because like I didn't notice. You know, I'm like, wow, am I that easy to trick? Like how come I didn't see that and notice it right away? So I guess I'm not angry at the guy. He never lied at all on his channel. But there was something like inside of me saying something's wrong here, and it took me a while of watching his videos. That's copper pain number 5 of watching his videos to realize, and I'm like, okay, so a lot of people who are watching his videos, there's no way, unless you're an avid penny roll hunter, you're a coin collector, you bought hundreds. There's no way anyone else is going to realize that. No way, no way. Someone without he's got it. He's got the whole thing down. And again, not lying, but a little, And again, I don't know if the people who are buying his penny rolls want that true penny roll hunt experience. Maybe they don't. Well, I guess, and I guess that's where I'm going to end this video on is the fact that so many of these other channels out there, I want to look at that 4 under the loop. So many of these other channels out there, they really don't teach you how to look for the lesser known varieties. So maybe it doesn't matter, I don't know. Maybe in the end it just doesn't matter because I don't know, like this is a channel to come to learn about lesser known varieties. You might say, "Oh, but you didn't teach me anything about lesser known varieties today." Well, I am observing each coin pretty thoroughly. I don't know if that has registered with anybody watching this video, right? Like every coin. No, I got to be honest with you. Nobody does this on all of YouTube. None of the other channels penny roll hunts the way I do. And again, I owe that to my longest time member Eric, Sandra, Ter, my longest time members, and some longtime subscribers, Otis, and a couple other guys out there who really and ladies who really said, "Hey, this," and really got me into learning about the lesser known varieties, the cherry picker guide varieties, which is right. FS stands for whatever they're the two of the cherry picker people, Frank and Sam, or something like that. You could correct me down below, but that's what FS stands for. I'm pretty sure. I should look it up, but I'm like 90% sure that's what FS stands for. The two people from the cherry pickers guide. I have to look because I would rather be wrong and correct myself than continue with being wrong. Right? FS errors are. Let me see what it says here. Yeah, Bill, and but I say Frank and Sam. So here, I'm gonna pause this real quick. So for those of you who didn't know, the FS errors, the ones that they use in and as far as I know, all of the grading companies, right? The initials FS in the context of the cherry pickers guides to rare dye varieties of the United States coins stand for the author's last names, Bill Fevers and TD Staten. One of the reasons I know this is number one, I got a cherry pickers guide, and I did a video on it. You can click you can type cherry picker into into the search bar, and it'll come up. That's one. Look at this. I'm telling you, AI is pretty amazing. I call them errors. You know what? That's interesting. They're not errors. They're dye varieties. That is which are generally one-off mistake. Okay. Not errors, but they're mistakes. All right, that's just mental gymnastics. If somebody called them errors, an error and a mistake is pretty damn close, man. An error is basically a mistake on a die. So I don't know, whatever. Maybe. The point is that FS stands for those two people from the Cherry Pickers Guides. And some of those errors, and then they have another one, right? The coin, what's it called? Looking for valuable pocket change guide or something like that. And I don't know if those are FS errors also. I never went through it. I never looked through that carefully. Anyway, the Cherry Pickers Guide that I got, if you watch the video, will show you that the book that I got is signed. It's a numbered out of 100 edition or 800, whatever it is. It's a out of 800 And I think, and anyway, it's signed. It's signed by all four authors of the book. That's two of the authors. There's four authors, and it's signed by all four or those two plus two other people. So I never used the book because I want to take the page out without. It has the spiral thing that holds in the pages. So I have to take out all the spiral, right? So I don't rip the page out. Then I have to put the spiral back into the book. And then I'm going to send out the page to get graded. Probably very, very worth a lot of money. And the funny thing is, it was the cheapest cherry picker guide I could find and I got it on Macari, and it was just super cool. Anyway, long story. This is how my videos end up being an hour long. So none of the other channels that I've ever seen really look for lesser known varieties like I do in this channel. And again, it's because that's how I learned, right? If you learn things from the beginning the correct way, those good habits will stay with you for life. Bottom line. And I learned from the very beginning from Eric, Otis, and a few other people who at Copper Coins, right? Eric turned me on to Copper Coins. Funny thing is, it looks like it has a die clash, which I'm pretty sure that is a die clash, but it also has this little like machine swirl here. You notice that? I feel like I've seen that before, that little swirl, but it does have a weak die clash in there. All right, let's look at everything else real quick. It's obviously a copper penny, right? Yeah, 1964. All right, that's copper penny number 6. So, nice 2017. All right, not bad, man, not bad, not a bad penny roll. And look at that, we have a couple more coppers left to go. At least 2, maybe, and that's one of the one from the beginning. If that, and I think that's number 3. So we're gonna have 9 copper pennies here. That's crazy how they're all at the end. So again, be careful with these other penny roll hunting channels. Be careful of scams. This is the channel you want to watch if you want to follow along to learn about lesser known variety. Lesser known varieties is the name of the game. Okay, it's probably one of the things. Here goes another nice copper penny number 7. It's probably going to be one of the themes of this channel, maybe forever. Copper penny number 8. Here they come. And that is the search for lesser known varieties, or how do they put it here? Rare die varieties, one-off mistakes, whatever. I don't know. Everyone says something a little different. Numismatically, it probably will say something different. Right? So I'm looking at the Liberty, right? I'm looking at the date. I'm looking at the motto. I'm looking at Lincoln. I'm looking at the edge. I'm looking at the rim. I'm looking at the centering. Looking at both sides. I'm looking at the serifs. I'm too far away. That's why I keep moving the coin too closer to the to the camera. I'm looking for spreading. I'm looking for separation. I'm looking for all these things that I learned. We're gonna leave this one for the end. I wonder if that is copper. I think it is. And this is a channel where I like to think that that's how I learned it, and that's the way I like to pen. That's the way I like to penny roll hunt. Regardless, you could be here just for entertainment, the same way you would be on any other channel. Rob finds treasure, or this other person I'm talking about. But I like to think that at least at the end of the day, if you watch enough of my videos, that you have the chance or the opportunity at least to learn something. And here goes the last copper penny. That's going to be copper penny number 9. Almost got 10 out of this one, which would have been a lot of copper. I think this is, I don't know. I think it's copper. Probably an 80 something. I meant to say 70 something. And it's a 62D. 62D. Let me look that up. I don't think that's anything special. It probably would stick in my head. I type in double mint mark. I don't know. The one I see here, they want a lot of money for. Let me click lowest first. There's 2,000. Let me click lowest first. That's a P. Let me click Denver. All right, let me do buy it now. That's a nice one. Maybe I'll watch that one. Buy it now. 62. It's at $1, buck. You can get them for $1. Get them for $1. BU buy 10, get 40% off. 1.8 billion. So there's a lot of them. Man, that's a nice condition, man. That is nice. Wow. Like to find these all day long. And I found this one naturally, right? I did my penny roll hunting. Somebody had this in their change from Lord knows when. They put it into a penny roll and they brought it back to the bank. And there's just something about that experience of getting a truly unsearched penny roll that it leaves your mind open to imagination. It leaves my mind open to imagination, right? Who owned this? Where did these coins come from? How come there's these shiny ones in there? And then there's like, what? Did this person get this from change, or was this like their favorite pen? I don't know. Like, I start thinking about crazy stuff. You know, like it makes me overanalyze things, which I like. It's part of my nature. And penny roll hunting is a nice, safe place to do it, right? It's safe, it's harmless. I could overanalyze things to death. It occupies my brain, and it's harmless, you know. And it's satisfying. It's satisfying. That's the word. It's satisfying. It's satisfying. And I like. Hopefully, my channel could bring some of that to other people out there. We got a few new members this past month. I'm glad they're here. Welcome all of you. And hopefully we get some more. And hopefully everything that I spoke about today makes sense and is coherent and follows a certain line of thinking. Okay. Again, episode 600 and 670, I think, right? No, 680. Episode 680. I'll see you in episode 681. We got ourselves 10 copper pennies. Some of them are a little bit messed up here. I don't know if I want to do videos on those, but really only 2 here are not so hot. Maybe 3. We got some other, the rest of them are beauties. And we got some really nice Lincoln Memorials. No error sense today, or mistakes. I don't know what the difference is between those two. All right, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.